Guys, Gunnar Hanson here. I just want to take a second to introduce myself. First and foremost, and just like you, I'm a whitetail hunter and a habitat manager. I've been personally managing deer herds and habitat on my home farms for the last decade. Now I know what you're probably thinking. You're not that old. No, I'm not. At the ripe age of 22, I've worked with some of the biggest names in whitetail consulting, habitat management, and deer behavior and biology. Throughout those years, I've broken down exactly what it takes to harvest mature whitetails just like this year over year, and that's what I'm going to teach you today. Now let's get to the video. You've been lied to. I used to get lied to, right? I can think back when I used to just do it all. I used to buy into all these lies because I didn't know any better. But today I'm going to go over 3 of the common lies and falsities in the outdoor industry that are year after year repeated. Now, number 1 being that we're getting sold that this is easy. This is not easy. This is one of the most difficult sports you can take part in. Now, I don't like the term sport because this is not a sport. This is a heritage. This is a tradition. This is ancestral. We've evolved hunting and gathering. So it's deeper than that. It's a heart and soul connection with wildlife. So it's deeper than a sport. I don't like that term. But this is not easy. This is going to take everything you've got. Inputs equal outputs. The more you put in, the more you will get out. So we need to stop thinking that, oh, if we just do some of the things some of the times, we'll be successful. That's just not the case. It's like with anything. You're not going to be a good basketball player if you play 1 time a week. It takes repetition and consistency doing the right things. Not consistency doing the wrong things, the right things. So let's be honest with ourselves. Are we doing all we can to become better hunters? I can remember specifically back in 2019, I was not. I had to get real with myself. I got radically honest. I looked at myself, I said, okay, I'm not getting the result that I want. What is causing that? Now that is part of number 2 here with the product end of things. So I used to buy all of that stuff. I used to buy the new bow, the new camo, the fancy camo, you know? I used to buy all the bells and whistles. And I still couldn't figure out, I couldn't correlate between the two, why I was not getting the result I wanted. Because they were marketing to me, they were saying, if you wear this, you're gonna be a good hunter. If you shoot this, you're gonna be a good hunter, and that could not be farther from the truth. So let's get honest about that. Let's get real here. I'm going to tell you the truth. I had to find out what the actual problem was. And the problem was me. You're both the problem and the solution. And you should feel good about that because now it's in your power to change. So what I changed is me. I went ahead and I found out what I was doing and I looked at the result I was getting. I didn't like that, so I changed it. This is a system. It's an equation, right? It's a success equation. If you're not getting the result you want, change. Change something. Change you. Change your actions. Change your intent. So stop relying on buying products to become better at something because products are not the solution. And a lot of times, they're not the solution, but they're a problem. It's a false sense of security that you will be okay if you don't do the work. Work equals reward. I've never had a ton of hard work not pan out. That's just the reality. I'm not talented enough to only shoot my bow 2 months leading up to season. I'm not. And I'm guessing you're not either. So my success equation was shooting my bow religiously every year, year round. Now I couldn't figure out, I had the new bow back in 2019. I had it. But 2 years in a row there, I had opportunities at big deer and I screwed them up. So like I said, I had to get real with myself. I had to look at my habits, my work ethic, and I was not doing the things required for success. So I changed, and the results followed. So that's what I'm saying here. I'm not good enough to practice only some of the time, and most of us aren't. So let's change our habits, and let's change our intent and our consistency doing the right things. So now number 3, social media. Now I've got a love-hate relationship with social media. It's great for a lot of knowledge, connections, and things of that sort, but there's a lot of jealousy and hate when it comes to social media and deer hunting. Now, so many people have vastly unrealistic expectations when it comes to the size and quality of the deer they're killing. You're seeing a ton of different giant bucks from all across the country, a lot of which are coming from low deer hunter pressure states. Now, I've hunted Iowa. These deer are not the same as Wisconsin. They're not. It's just reality. Wisconsin deer are the most high pressure whitetails you can find. 60,000 hunters yearly for the gun season. They're not easy to kill. If you kill a mature deer every single year in Wisconsin, you are a top 10% hunter. It's just reality. So I once had somebody tell me, oh, you're just going to go kill another 140-inch deer? I said, yeah. Yeah, I am. If I'm going to kill a 4 or 5-year-old 140-inch deer every single year, I'm top 10% hunters. Top 10%. Most people will never see or let alone have an opportunity of a deer of that class, right? We all know 1 in every 10 deer is going to hit 150 inches in their lifetime. So let's remember that when we're going to place judgment on people that are having consistent success. Maybe they're not 180 inches. But what makes a 180-inch 5-year-old deer better than a 130-inch 5-year-old deer? They're no smarter. They're no older. All that's different is genetics, potentially habitat, potentially bedding cover or food sources, but that is it. Stop expecting a certain caliber of deer because social media has completely blown out whatever realistic goals you may have on your own property. So let's get back to reality. Let's shoot what makes us happy. I like shooting mature deer, 4-year-old deer and up. Now, if you like 3-year-old deer, if that's realistic for your property, go for it. I cannot tell you what you should and shouldn't shoot because you're providing for your family, you're having a positive experience in the outdoors, and that's all I want to see. Do these 3 things and you'll have a far more successful and enjoyable time in the woods next season.